logged on to guitar.com. I'm glad to be here with you. I wanted to tell you I have a new album out on Warner Brothers. It's called Fingerprints. I think you'll dig some of it, and thanks for checking it out. Anything you do, we'll do it in G. So it's right. What's important to me is how you get to the 4 chord rather than being there, but it's that helps the soloist. If I give them that to play off of, they're going, "Oh, cool," and then the 4 chord becomes more important. So those kind of instincts for me, it's where do I want to help them do something important rather than just staying on the 1, 4, 5.
What was that little turnaround chord? That passing
That's
chord?
a D flat sus. Most guys would play half step above, but that works nice. So it's really D flat sus 9 or A flat minor 7. So it's a 2-5 above, but I've just eliminated a lot of the stuff and gone to a sound.
So, assuming that a person is fairly competent at going with their solo line from the 1 to the 4, how would they alter their solo line to handle this passing chord?
Well, it would be easier if somebody was laying the chord down behind me, obviously. But they can play for that D flat sus 9 chord off of B major 7th or off of E flat minor 7th, because that's the extension of all of that. And the farther away you get from the extension, obviously, the more out it is. So yeah, I would just play. It's all about harmony for me. As a kid, I enjoyed sounds, and there's a classic, obviously, by Johnny Smith called Moonlight in Vermont, and he was the guitarist of that day, playing very tight voicings like a piano player would play. So as a teenager, I had to learn Moonlight in Vermont. It's in C. I got excited as a kid hearing those sounds come out of the guitar, and so he plays clusters. So yeah, I learned a lot of his songs. There was a tune that's in D, another standard called Tenderly, and he played. I was 16, 17, 18 years old going, man, I gotta have those chords.
How do you put those chords together in a way that makes sense? I see from the first chord of Moonlight, it was
C6,
it was a C chord
C6
with an A on top.
Yeah.
And as you slid down, okay, so that was the second chord?
Now, the first chord C, I was just showing them in a more basic position. It's a C chord with an A on top. But you do it here because the sound of those, you'll run out of room doing it in that position. So the next one is a C6 chord, but it looks like an A minor 7th chord, right? Right. So the voice leading is all there. The voice leading is perfect. The next one's a C6 chord also. They're all piano voicings. The next one's an E minor 7th, but it's a C major 7th, really. Or F major 9, and then G7th, flat 9. So learning all those chords, man, really helped me as a soloist.
That's beautiful stuff.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's on Roost. The label is Roost. The album's called Moonlight in Vermont. by Johnny Smith featuring Stan Getz. Got to have it if you want to learn chords.
And when you play single note lines, it seems that you are still thinking of chords and chord melody.
Sometimes.
And or arpeggios.
Yeah, I'm picturing all those wonderful voicings rather than just thinking of C6 like that. I'm hearing the clusters, you know? All the tightness. Steely Dan likes those chords too.
That's cool stuff.
Yeah.
Are there any ways to simplify that for people to just learn it? Like certain chord shapes that you use a lot? Those that you just showed us in Moonlight, do they appear in a lot of your music?
I don't know if they appear a lot, but my awareness of those changes show that I'm looking for sounds. I mean, there's certain voicings that I play that I don't hear many other guys play. For an E major 7th chord, I'll play. Most guys play. But I put the 9th in it. So I hear like a piano player voicings a lot. I was working with a songwriter a couple of years ago named John Bettis. He wrote Human Nature and a whole bunch of other songs over the years. And as we were composing the tune, I'd say, well, do you want this sound, or do you want this sound, do you want that sound? He said, man, it's like working with a piano player, you know? So I think harmony is so important to those of us that don't play the piano.
But you do play piano.
I play piano enough to compose. I can't sit down and just play the piano, but I understand the harmony.
Can you play it in what I'll call real time, like at the speed of your rhythms, play those kind of complex chords on the piano?
Only in the key of C.
Okay.
Right.
So it just gives you a basic idea.
Exactly.
And then you put it on the guitar.
Yeah.
And once you put it on the guitar, you
facilitate it easily. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What about back to like a blues thing,
Mm-hmm.
which is, you know, a pretty basic thing. What about turnarounds? How do you envision turnarounds?
I use a real basic technique, I think. It's the melodic minor a half step above the 5. So if you're in the key of G and you're going to the C, you would use the A flat melodic minor scale to get you to the C chord. And all the notes in the A flat melodic minor scale outline a G plus 5 flat 9 chord. So the progression would be to get to the 4 chord. So you could play. That's the A flat melodic minor scale to get to the 4 chord. So any time you're going to go to a 4 chord, you play a half step above the root to get there. If you're going to go to the E chord, the 6th chord, now we're going to A. Off of that E, you'd play F melodic minor scale to lead you to A. And for the 5, now to get to G, you play E flat melodic minor scale. That's a real basic bebop concept. All the guys that are playing any kind of jazz use that as one of their tools.
And you hit that scale just briefly as a passing.
Yeah, or you can get there early and wait for everybody to catch up to you, and it's kind of interesting.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Where do you see your playing going from here? What kind of stuff do you work on or think about?
I don't practice, I'm ashamed to say. We would all be better players the more we practice. But I'm trying to play more and more heartfelt. Every note, every solo. If it's simple or if it's complicated, I want you to feel what I'm feeling if you're listening to it. And it's not about technique for me. I don't sit around and practice scales. In fact, my scale playing is not very good at all. I don't play that stuff. But I'm just trying to become more and more and more emotional the older I get when I'm making music.
Do you, and that really kind of stems from the songwriting at its most elemental level.
Yeah.
You start with chords that are heartfelt to
Yeah.
you.
To me, yeah. That'll hopefully provoke some emotion out of me where I can give more. Yeah. That thing?
Yeah, okay, I'd like to get him to shoot both hands, so one at a time though.
Okay. So it's a pick and these two fingers. I can't remember what he did after that, but it was cool.
Okay, cool. Now can we close in on the other hand?
Same thing?
Yeah.
Something similar?
Something similar.
Something like that?
Yeah, that is cool stuff.
Yeah. Neat little pieces to draw on. You know?
Yeah. And then could you show us the going from the I guess it's the flat ninth minor, harmonic minor
Oh yeah.
concept, which would be just really the same.
So that, I'm going to play the half step above, that'll be the A flat melodic minor scale to get the C chord in a G blues. And then to get back to the 1, which means it's 5 to 1, you play a half step above the 5, get to the 1 chord. So it's always a half step above.
And regardless of what the chord progression is, if you're gonna do a 1-6-2-5 kind of thing.
Well, a 1-6-2-5, right there, to get to the A now, you're going to play half step above the E chord, melodic minor. It just always works.